Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Single Parents Hub Facebook Live. My name is Tarini. I'm the founder of Single Parents Hub. We are a global community that supports single parents and their children so that everyone can live a happier, healthier, and financially free life. And tonight, I'm very happy and feel very privileged to have my second mom with me, my dear neighbor, and I thought of her as my own mom. So I'm so happy that she's agreed to come on a Facebook Live and share her expertise with us. And her name is Marie Bevan, and she's a preschool teacher, and she's been working with the children for how long now?
A long time.
A long time. So leave it as that long time. So it's nice to have the second mom and the third mom that you can run to and asking for advice and opinions. And tonight we are going to talk about how to set clear boundaries for children, which I think is very important. So Marie, maybe introduce yourself a little bit. How long have you been working with the children and what your experience working with the childcare and preschool?
My name is Marie. I've worked with children under fives for many years. I have my NVQ3 and I'm semi-retired and I just do creche work. But for many years I ran and helped run playgroups and nurseries. Children at a very early age need boundaries and rules because without them they don't feel safe or secure. If a child is given exactly what it wants all the time, when a problem arises they don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Whereas if they have boundaries, they know that you will sort it out for them. But if you've got no boundaries and you're kind and willing and just let them do as they want to keep them happy, in a way you're being very unkind because they have no sense of safety or security. Whereas if they know they have boundaries, then they know how far they can go. They will push you to the limit, and it's up to you to put the boundaries in place for the limits. I use a simple system of counting up to 5. I normally get to 3 and the children will come away from whatever I've asked them not to do. For instance, a child will run off, and my philosophy is with my grandchildren especially is if I can't see you, you can't see me.
Yes.
And they know if they start going, I just start counting 1, 2, when I get to 3 they're back because they know they've gone past their boundaries.
Excellent. So it's very important to set the clear boundary to the children. So. Yes, and it's quite interesting angle that you see actually. I thought boundary is actually for the parents to feel more in control and safe. But actually you say all the way around, it's for the children to actually children to feel safe themselves. That's very interesting angle.
Well, we all have boundaries all through our lives.
Yes.
Children especially, and that's how they learn. And the same as we, when we get older, we also have boundaries. If you're working in a workplace, you have boundaries. Yes. And if you go past and out of that boundaries, things start falling apart.
Yes. So in that case, how early should we set the boundary for the children?
You can set boundaries for children from a very early age because children understand. Even 9-10 months, they know when you say no and that you change the tone of your voice. They know.
Okay.
That they're not supposed to do that, or they can't do it. It's not safe.
So in that case also, how you say, for example, you use the tone of voice and also counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are the ways, or how do you normally enforce the boundary?
Again, it depends on what the child is doing. For instance, if a child is arguing with another child and hitting another child, you just don't go up to a child and say, that's naughty. The word naughty doesn't mean an awful lot to a child, but if you go up and say to the child, that's not nice, if I hit you, it's going to hurt, so don't do it. And if they carry on, well, then you take them aside and put them on timeout, leave them there for a couple of minutes, and then go and talk to them when they've calmed down and explain to them why you've put them on timeout.
When my children were young, I used to put them on a naughty step. They never sit still, they always run off. Would that work?
You don't call it a naughty step, you say timeout.
Okay.
You say timeout.
But are they the same thing?
Basically, yes. But when you put a child on timeout, the child sits there and calms down. And then you can explain to the child why it's on timeout.
Okay. How about, I heard also many parents now, because a lot of children are glued to, their iPad and all their Kindle, PlayStation, all these gadgets. So I heard many other parents, they said, I set the boundary and discipline the children by take away their toy or limiting their time to, to all their gadget. What do you think about that?
Again, you have to give them time slots. They have half an hour here, half an hour there. You cannot leave a child on these PlayStations or tablets and what have you for hours on end. They're missing out on free time.
Yeah.
Using their imagination and playing, and I don't think it's good. It's not good for their eyes or anything else.
Yes.
Half an hour at a time. It's the same as television.
Yeah.
You don't sit a child in front of the television from 8 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock lunchtime, do you?
Yeah. No, and also I think especially when they are young age, they have so much energy that they need to burn out.
They want to play.
Yes.
They need to run.
So when they just have a square eye and watching and play on the gadget, they get quite frustrated and then they get moody and angry.
Well, 9 times out of 10 they're sitting there, and what are they doing? They're eating sugary things, which again,
it's not good.
It's not good. It just sends them crazy in a way. They're climbing the wall or something. But children need to get out. They need to run. They need to play.
Yes.
Swings,
Yes.
slides, football.
Yeah.
Ride their bikes.
Lot of activities.
I think so.
Yeah. Just slightly out of the discipline, because a lot of people, when they thought of discipline, not discipline, boundary. When they thought of boundary, they always thinking that's coming to the relate to discipline. Because boundary, when you pass the boundary, then there's the whack, there's a discipline after that.
No. You don't necessarily need to do that. Boundaries are there to be broken. And 9 out of 10 children will push them boundaries.
Well, grown up, we do the same thing.
They will push them boundaries as far as they can. But if you've got boundaries in place, the children know what they can do and what they can't do. If there's no boundaries...
Yeah, everything all over the place, like what you said. And like you mentioned at the beginning also, sometimes I find that we just love them so much, right? So sometimes we think, if we be too stern, be too harsh, the children would not love us. So sometimes how we set the boundary is not consistent. Like one day you saying, okay, don't do this, the next day, all right, I know you're tired, you can do that.
No, you have to keep on what you say, you keep it going. At the end of the day, you're the parent, not the child.
Yeah.
You rule the child. The child doesn't rule you.
She told me off many times.
The child doesn't rule you.
Well,
as much as you love them, and
yes.
and we do. I love your boys the same as I love my grandchildren.
Thank you.
But even your boys, when they're with me, they know my boundaries.
Yeah. And the thing is, in a way, we have to do tough love sometimes, because what I believe is if you set the boundary and they not even listen and respect you, how would they happen, you know, what happened to them when they grow up and go to the society? They're going to push other people or organization boundary again because they not respect anyone. So we have to nip it when they're young and set a clear boundary for the children.
Well, respect is given and respect is taken back. And if you don't give respect, how can they give you respect?
Yeah.
You know, it's the easiest thing in the world is to say, well, can you do this? Instead of saying, can you do this, please? Please goes a long way, and thank you.
Yeah.
When they've done something, thank you, high five. It works every time.
Yeah, I need to remember that. And also, like what you said, in a way, we actually treat the children as like they are also grown up, isn't it? Because we're thinking, children, you don't need to say thank you to them. They're just
Yes,
children.
you do.
Yes, but like what you said, you need to treat them with respect also. Therefore, they mirror your own behavior.
That's right. What does it take to when you ask somebody? There's a difference in asking somebody to do something and telling them.
Yeah.
I don't agree with telling anybody to do anything. I will always ask and to say please, and when they've done it, thank you for doing that. Thank you.
See, it's wonderful to have a second mom and third mom and many mom as you can get access to. So thank you very much, Marie, to come and share with us your experience and knowledge. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of her more often.
Well, I don't think so.
Why not? I'm sure a lot of people want to ask because, you know, children not born with the Bible or instruction.
No.
So
And neither are we.
yeah, and they are so individual, and because the world changing so much, we need to grow and adapt, you know, according to whatever changing there. So it's nice to have the expert to come and
I'm no expert.
well, someone always knows something more than us, so it's nice to share. And if you haven't yet signed up for Single Parents Hub, please do going to our website www.singleparentshub.com, and it's a free subscription, and you can get access to all our resources, all the events, blogs, everything's free. So please join us so we can support each other in a better way. And have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.